want to talk to you now about how you approve placement opportunities and also approve employers to advertise vacancies to Ulster University students within the Handshake platform. So I'm just going to share my screen. So this is the admin homepage of Handshake if you're not familiar with it. And really there is two sections we're going to look at now. One is jobs, and then the other one is employers. So I'm going to go to jobs. So you see here you have a few tabs at the top here. You've got approved, so those jobs, and you will have access to all job types in Handshake, not just placements. So here you have approved vacancies. Then you have pending, which are obviously pre-approval, declined, and any jobs that have expired. It's worth noting that and remembering that Handshake is slightly different from other platforms on the market, in that usually when you approve a vacancy, as you would have done in Recruit, you're approving that vacancy so it can be advertised to Ulster University students. That is the case in Handshake, but there's also a little bit more to it. One of the reasons we brought Handshake in is that it allows students and employers to connect with each other. And so you're approving a vacancy so that Ulster University students, your students, can see it and apply for it, but you're also giving that employer the ability to search for and target and reach out to your students within relevant subject areas, which we think is a great thing. Students update their profile and put all their details in there, attach their CV. So really, we're making that connection between the employer and the student. So it's worth just reiterating that. So if I go into pending, you'll see these are pretty much up to date, but it's straightforward. I'm just going to look. This one's been submitted by it's Camp Council role with the USA Summer Camp, so it's not actually a placement, but I'm going to use it as an example. Anyway, so pretty straightforward. You've got all the information there, and currently employability and career staff are approving vacancies. And obviously we'll seek guidance from placement staff where and when required. But you'll see here, there's everything, pretty much everything you need to know about the job, the opportunity, the organization, the contact is there, and you can reach out to them from within the platform. And then this bit at the bottom, just worth noting, this is called qualifications. This is not qualifications as in what maybe a student needs to apply for the opportunity. It's what the employer has selected in terms of the visibility of the position if you approve it, or if we approve it. So what are the allowed levels of study? So is it all school years or all year groups? Is it all levels of study, or is it specific? Is it particular courses or course groupings? So most employers are likely to just keep it open, but they do have the ability to choose either course groupings, so that's like broad subject areas which your courses are aligned to, or actually specific courses. So they have that opportunity to do that if they wish. But up at the top, you can hit approved and check the dates, and then hit save, and that's it. So that's approving a vacancy. So that's straightforward. And then once you approve it, obviously that can be shared with students and to your relevant cohorts using the email tool, which is talked about in a separate video. So that is a quick guide of jobs and how you would approve a vacancy. As you go forward, one of the things that you'll do, so you're probably from a particular subject area, so therefore you're interested in particular job types. So that placement, for example, is going to be the case there, but also industry, or course group, or even opportunities that have been aligned to particular courses. So you're going to want to choose the relevant filters, and all the relevant filters that you feel capture the opportunities that you want to approve and want to be aware of. And then once you set those filters, you will save these filters and then going forward, the next time you come into Handshake, you can go into your filters that you had already set, which I've just done there. Okay, and I can just clear that to bring it back to the full search. So briefly then, I want to go in, it's broadly similar. Employers, obviously to be allowed to advertise and connect with Ulster University students and to target students directly, they need our kind of approval and our permission. And that's what happens in here. So again, employability and careers are kind of managing this at the minute and making sure that employers are real and appropriate, and then we'll approve them on that basis. I suppose one of the things, and you'll start to get more familiar with this as you use the platform more, as this trust score. So see, the Handshake platform is different. So employers have an account, a profile on the Handshake network, and then advertise their vacancies to specific universities. And many will only choose Ulster, of course, the way they normally do. But as employers have their profile is on the network over a longer period of time, and students are providing feedback on their experience with that employer, it builds up this trust score. And that's what this means. So that only sort of comes into play once they've been on and they've had a certain amount of activity on the platform. So that's what that means. But in most cases, you will know an employer, you will recognize them, and you'll just approve them. So if I go in, so I can click on the employer, it'll give me whatever details they have submitted. That will look at their website, maybe contact their staff member, or look at their detail, try and find out more about them, and then if I'm happy for them to post vacancies, which also would be approved, then I can go ahead and approve that employer or not, as the case may be.